In the previous modules, we have discovered how to effectively store the information on the system. In this module, we'll take a quick look at some standard reports, which is otherwise referred to as data mining, and how to get the information out in a meaningful way that we can use for management purposes. If you click on Reports, Standard, you'll see a wide variety of ready-made reports. In our case, we're going to go to Employee and choose a couple of different types of reports. First one being a headcount report. You'll see the headcount analysis report screen. We'll type in 01 as the first report code, and a predetermined title will appear automatically. In this section here, it's giving you some limited options on how to sort the data on the report, and down at the bottom, this is your search selection criteria. You can specify specific ranges of jobs from this job to that job, occupational groups, job classes, departments, or work status to narrow down the actual employees that will be reported. By leaving this section entirely blank, you will actually get all of the employees in the entire database sorted by the selection criteria you chose here. An interesting feature is the effective date. You can actually have employees hired as of a specific date reported on the report, and any employees hired after that date will not show up. So let's leave the entire section blank, and we will then click at the top where it says Reports, and we have an option to print to the screen. Just look at it on the monitor, to a printer, save it on a disk to be imported into Excel for graphs and such, or to a word processor. So let's take a look at it on the screen. You'll see that this report appeared in a fraction of a second. Manually, to do this report for about 1,000 employees might take several days. This report is consistent and accurate time after time. So let's click the Cancel button, and we will press Escape to get out of this screen and take a look at another one. From the Report Standard menu, we'll actually go back into Employee and take a look at a skill search report. We'll type in 01 as a report number and a predetermined skill set, and a title will appear. Again, up here we can determine how to sort the actual records. Do we want a new page for each department of employees, and what is it that we want to print? Do we want to print some demographic information, and do we actually want to see the actual skill details such as the proficiency and the completion date? This feature is extremely important if you want to find internal employees for short-term purpose. For example, if we wanted to find all the employees that have French and some sort of a university background, we would specify those. And if we wanted to continue, we could say also somebody who has Danish or apprenticeship program or Excel. We will then click on Reports, and let's take a look at this report on the screen. We find that there's one employee who fits this skill set, which is Greg Albin. We'll click Cancel and press Escape to get out of this screen. Take some time to go through a variety of these different reports and play around with the different selection criteria and sort criteria and see the kind of information that you actually come up with. In addition to standard reports, many systems also offer you customized reports to do labels, specific reports that have been created by software programmers such as calculation or some computational reports. But also an important feature is a super QR scheduler or a production report, so you can make any report run on an automatic schedule at a predetermined time. The system also would offer some custom report feature, so in this case super QR, which would allow you to create reports from scratch and do very pure data mining. In this course, HRM 722, the Super QR is not part of the course, yet I would encourage you to search the internet for descriptions of custom report writing capabilities. That concludes this last module. Now that we have gone through the various modules of the system, it's time to sit back, add a new employee, and experience it all over again. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, as this is the best way to learn. I do encourage you to add the new employee, go into the different modules, add different types of data, invent new codes, and get a really good perspective of what the year in the life of a typical employee is like. Go ahead, have some fun.